Hello and welcome to my channel. After the Maria Neral rerun update, Whislash will be made available once again, and since she is made accessible to everyone as a welfare operator, I'm sure some of you are curious as to whether she is worth building, so this guide is here to help. Whislash is a guard from the instructor archetype, and this archetype's trait lets Whislash attack enemies from range, and when attacking enemies not blocked by self, her attack increases to 120%, a good trait thanks to her range. Looking at her stats, she has an average HP, average attack, good defense, a good DP cost, 2 block and a relatively fast attack speed, but she has 0 resistance and has a longer than average redeployment cooldown. Her stats are quite good, but the 0 resistance might be a problem in maps with a lot of arts enemies, and the longer redeployment time can be tricky to work around with. Moving on to her talent, it states that when deployed, all melee allies with 3 or more block gain +6 attack speed and plus 12% defense. Well, the problem is pretty obvious with this talent. The 3 block restriction eliminates most guard operators, and only defenders and AoE guards benefits the most from this talent, but this talent doesn't have a range restriction and can buff multiple allies, so that's awesome. Whislash has a range of 2 additional tiles in front of her, but despite that, she is unable to target aerial units, so don't expect her to take out drones that manage to get past your defenses. Next is her skills. Her first skill, Fantastic Voyage. Oops, wrong game. Her first skill, Motivational Skill, increases her talent effect to 3 times, and melee operators with less than 3 block gain half the effect. This skill is pretty good if you want her to buff operators with 3 or less block, removing the restriction on her talent, but the operator that has less than 3 block only gains half of the effects, so that kinda sucks. This skill has an average SP cost, but has a great uptime. In doing the math, melee operators with less than 2 block gains 9% attack speed and 18% defense, while melee operators with 3 block gets 18% attack speed and 36% defense, not the biggest buffs in the game. Next is her second skill, and it increases her talent effect to 2 times, gets an attack buff, an additional 1 tile attack range in front, block +1, and attacks up to 3 enemies in range during the skill. This skill focuses more on buffing Whislash herself to deal more damage than supporting operators. The extra block means Whislash now has 3 block, and her talent's buff applies to herself. The extra range allows her to damage enemies from a longer distance, and the attack buff and multi-target are awesome additions as well. However, this skill's SP cost is pretty high and the uptime isn't great, so that's a shame, but this is Whislash's most popular skill to use nonetheless. Lastly, we have her module. This module's buff isn't the best, but if you like Whislash a lot and is planning to build her, might as well get this module. So, should you build Whislash? The answer is not really. While Whislash can do decent damage with her second skill, the uptime and SP cost aren't that great. Plus, the buff she provides is very situational and only works on operators with 3 block passively, or if you are using her second skill, though if you are looking for an attack speed buffer. Whislash can help a little with her skill 1, and if you have operators that can increase others or self's block count, Whislash's buffs can be really helpful. Otherwise, she isn't a priority to build. That being said, her E2 art is absolutely amazing, and the new outfit is really pretty as well. So, will you be building Whislash? Leave a comment in the comments section. And that is all. Hope this video was helpful in introducing the welfare operator Whislash. I will be making similar content in the future, so do consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.